Okay, I have bad news and I have good news. Bad news is I got fired. Good news is I got fired. I've decided to hold off on looking for a new job while I try to live off of my savings for a couple of months, and I'm going to try to make audios full time. I'm going to use my time to make higher quality, professional grade audios, more free audios on YouTube, and more bonus audios for Patreon and channel members. I'm going to talk about my future plans for a bit, and I'm going to tell you all the ways that you could help me go full time, even if you don't have money to pledge to me. So, my current plan is to consistently have two series running at once, one sequel to an existing series and one original standalone series. I have a lot of sequels in my pipeline right now, and I was getting overwhelmed by all of them, but now that I have more time, it feels a lot more possible. For sequels, I have season 2 of My Greasefire Life, The Havana Rats, and Neon Memoriam. I'll start working on those once My True Love is Dead is finished. I'm not sure exactly how long that's going to be. I think I'm shooting for 4 to 5 episodes, but we'll see. But once that's over, I'm going to move on to the rest of the sequel series that I promised a long time ago. I wanted to have season 2 of My Greasefire Life running this month, but I had that little hiatus earlier this year, so that's going to be it's gonna move back at least 3 months, but it's definitely coming. So besides season 2 of My Greasefire Life, the Havana Rats is going to be a sequel to the New Jersey Rats. It takes place right after season 1. And then we're going to have Neon Memoriam, which is going to be the final chapter in the Neon Barbarian trilogy, and that's going to be the end of the Neon Barbarian. It's a little bittersweet to have it completely end, but I do want one last chapter because there's so much of the story that hasn't been explored yet that I'm really excited to get into. For original series, I have only a couple of them planned out for now. I do have more ideas. I just don't have a roadmap quite yet. But one of them is going to be called Vox Gothic. It takes place in the same universe as Matador Gothic, but it's going to be its own standalone story with its own protagonists, and Betty in Red, which is going to also be in the Matador Gothic universe, but also another standalone series. And that's gonna be a traditional audio drama. So I kind of want to experiment around with that. I've been talking about Betty in Red for like a year now, but it's time for me to actually do it. And now that I actually have time to do everything I want to do, I'm gonna get it out there as soon as possible. So I'm going to take some time to go into my writing cave and write as much as I can until I have a full script and full roadmap of every single series that I have planned. And then I'm going to go into recording, editing, and casting, basically like it's a full time job. So I want to share some ways that you can help support this channel. Obviously, if I'm going to do this full time, I'm going to need money. I'm going to need to be making full time job money if I'm going to be making content creation as a full time occupation. So there are some ways that you can help me, even if you can't afford to pledge money. So I'm going to go through them. I'm going to start with just ways that you can actually help me financially directly. If you have money to pledge, I do have a Patreon, and it's already way more active than it used to be. So the lowest tier on the Patreon gives you a good amount of like shorter exclusive audios and special collections when there's an event like the Valentine's Day event. The middle tier gets you exclusive audios with higher production value and collaborative casts, and the new highest tier gets you 18 plus content. That's brand new. So yeah, the 18 plus tier is new, and it's got the saucy stuff on it. And right now, it only has a few one-shot audios that are recorded with my old equipment. They're old unreleased audios that I made a million years ago. But new content is going to be coming soon with way better sound quality and characters from my series that you know and love. And I'm really excited to see what kind of like spicy, saucy content that I can make now that I'm just a much better content creator. Now that I have a better, better sound equipment, I'm more skilled at editing, and I'm a better actor. So that's coming soon, or not coming soon. I mean, I already have content on there. If you want to get on there, the people who have subscribed so far seem to like it. But yeah, if you don't want to sign up for like a recurring Patreon, I think I'm gonna eventually, once I finish the Valentine's Day specials, I still have a couple more. I thought I was gonna finish the Valentine's specials by March, but it was kind of dumb for me to think that I was gonna make 14 audios in 1 month. But there's still a couple more. Ivan and Bada Boom are getting their own Valentine's special. So once all 14 of the Valentine's audios are completed, I think I'm gonna make it possible for people to purchase them as like a one-time like lump sum purchase as a collection. And you can just straight up give me money. I'm gonna post a link to my throne, but if you want to make a one-time donation to me, I have an option for that. Add the evil SpongeBob to your shopping cart and send me money. I also have a merch store. I just lowered the prices on everything, so I'm not making that much of a profit margin. So if you want to support me just for financial sake, I do get more out of Patreon donations, but I like the idea of people wearing my shirts and using my stickers and just having my series and my characters be out there. It's advertising, I guess, but it's also just I really like the idea of people having that, and I don't make a lot of merch sales, so I lowered the prices on everything. So check that out if you want. Blah 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 blah. So oh yeah, about the merchandising. I am taking suggestions for merch. I don't, like I said, I don't make a lot of merch sales, so maybe I just don't know what the people want. So comment or DM me on my socials and tell me ideas that you have for merch that you'd like to see in the Fourth Wall merch store, and I will consider making them. Um, if you don't have money to support my channel, which is totally fine, you can still help me go full time. So the simplest way, the most straightforward way, is just word of mouth. So I don't chase trends or put trending keywords into my titles or really like do much to really cater to the algorithm. So my channel does and always has relied on word of mouth. Tell anyone who might be interested in audio role plays about me. And you can even tell people who don't like audio role plays about me, because I think that my work could still win people over. Even if they have a negative impression of audio role plays based on like stereotypical boyfriend ASMR, I think that, story based content, cinematic content might, actually be able to win them over. So, tell them to give it a try. Don't be embarrassed. A lot of people are embarrassed about listening to audios because I don't know. It's such a like they might think it's like a geeky thing, or they might be worried about like the stereotype that it's like something that's there's like stigma about it, like it's something for lonely people or whatever. But I think that normies might be able to appreciate my content and overcome the stigma. So, word of mouth helps me a lot. So tell people, talk about me on social media. It's really it's a huge help, and it's always been something that my channel's depended on. You can also increase my reach by leaving comments. I hear that longer comments increase your impressions. Like I think 10 words or more will boost you on the algorithm. I'm not sure if that's true, but even if it's not, I love your guys' comments. I read all of your comments. Even if I don't have time to respond to all of them, I literally I read every single comment that you guys post, and checking my comments out is actually one of my favorite things to do. It's one of my favorite parts of the day. So leave comments anyway, even if they don't even if they don't really boost you on the algorithm. Hitting the share button also helps. You don't need to actually share it anywhere, although I would like you to. But just clicking the share button and any of the options that come up on the menu will give me a lot more algorithmic momentum. Hitting the copy link button won't take you away from the video if you're on the mobile app, so you could just go share, copy link, and so I've heard that will boost me on my algorithmic reach, and that will help me gain new subscribers and hopefully be able to go full time. You can also help me build up passive AdSense revenue and increase my visibility on YouTube's recommended feed by just letting my playlist run as often as possible. My completed series playlist is long enough to run overnight, so you can let it run on any device in the background, and it will help my channel out passively and for free. If you want to, no pressure. Obviously, I'm just giving some suggestions. If you guys want to, be on my team, it would help a lot, and I would appreciate it a lot for anybody who does want to do that. So I'm gonna be working as hard as I can for the next couple of months to get everything in order. I don't want to complain too much, but not long after losing my job, I got hit with a really big fat emergency expense that frankly beat the fuck out of me financially. So I don't have as much time as I thought to make this channel viable as a full-time occupation. So I'm just gonna grind for the next 2 months. Once everything is order, I think I'm gonna take a little break for about a week before I burn myself out, because I'm gonna be probably working burnout hours for the next 7-8 weeks. But once I've decompressed, I'm gonna go back to like full-time hours on content creation, like a normal work schedule, not like an insane grind. So I know you guys like to tell me to take breaks and take care of myself, and I appreciate that. But right now, I want you to do the opposite. I want you guys to be like, Walter, get back on the microphone, get back on Ableton, and start editing. Start DMing your collab partners. Like, go, like, don't tell me to relax right now. Tell me what is the opposite of relax. Tell me to clench up. Tell me to clench up. Okay, because I need to clench up. I'm trying to be a real content creator, and I need to start putting out real content creator numbers. So the hustle is necessary, but if it works out, I'm gonna basically be able to live my dream of creating my passion for a living. I might not be rich, but I'll be making a living doing something I love, and I think that that's worth a lot more than being rich, if you ask me. So that's about it. The next audio that I'm releasing is a new episode of Der Wolfsjäger. It was supposed to come out today, but it ended up being way, way, way bigger than I anticipated. It's going to be the size of two normal episodes, probably at least, and it has a ridiculously huge cast. So the editing has taken a whole lot longer than I thought it would, and I had that little emergency earlier this week, so I'm a little behind on editing. But I'm getting on the grind. I'm getting on the grind. I promise. I see that like you guys are mad. You guys aren't mad. You guys are my team. You're on my side. If you stuck with the video for this long, then you're on my team. So thank you so much for your support. I'm going to be working as hard as I can to go full time. Maybe it'll work out. Maybe it won't, but I thank you all so much for your support either way. I'll see you on my next episode.